Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Mike, 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 Mike. I love that commercial. I never get tired of that. That was like the gecko doing here, lizard, lizard. I never got tired of that either. So, up till now, it's all been about goals and it's been about why. You get a big enough why and you can accomplish any goal. You can do anything that you want. Anything is possible. The ability of human beings is really unlimited. Their potential is absolutely unlimited. What they will accomplish depends upon really their expectations. When you get down to this, if you really want to change your life, what you really need to do is raise your standards. That's kind of one of the fundamental bottom lines of this whole thing. If you want your life to be different, raise your standards. The areas where you're excellent, and we all have an area where we're excellent, we raise our standards. We have very high standards in that particular area. So the question of why should you be all that you can be, do all that you can do, travel everywhere you can, meet everyone you can, go everywhere you can, accomplish everything you can, be everything that you can. Well, that why is really up to you. That's your choice as to why you want to do that. But if you don't, I said one time that there's two types of pains, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. And discipline weighs ounces and regret weighs tons. When you're sitting there wondering about this, go to the end of your life and think about whether or not you want to be at the end of your life and be happy with what you did or unhappy with what you did. That's really the choice. Look at it long term. Look, when somebody doesn't change in their life, it's because they focus on the short term pain and they don't look at the long term pain. So life has seasons. Just like the weather has seasons and our personal lives have seasons, the world in general has seasons. And, right now we're in winter. In fact, it snowed outside in northern Illinois here in the middle of April. But right now we're in winter. And we were due for a winter. We'd been harvesting like crazy. We had been on this great economic run here in the United States for years and years. And a winter was due. So we're here. We're in one. We're in a winter. Well, what do you do in a winter? Well, you prepare. That's what you do. You plan and you prepare. If you think about what a farmer does in the winter, that is when they set their budgets. That's when they plan what they're gonna reap and harvest. They plan what they're gonna plant where. They prepare. They gather up the things that they need. They gather up the equipment that they need. They put it all together. It's cold. It's dark. And they prepare. Remember, when you come out of winter, what do you get? You get spring. So does that mean that you get the abundance? No. That means that you got to go to work. That's what happens after winter, is you got to go to work. You're prepared. You got everything ready to go. Then it becomes work time. So that means you got to go plant the seeds. You got to go sow the fields. You got to go put in all of the effort. And in the spring is when the work is the hardest. That's when the farmer works the hardest. They got to go at those fields. It's cold some days. It's hard some days. Some days the fields are very difficult to deal with. Some days the equipment is very difficult to deal with. And at the end of the day, there isn't a ton of satisfaction other than knowing that you planted those seeds. And then after spring comes summer. Summer's warm. It's a lot more relaxed. It's a lot easier. But are you reaping anything yet? No, you're waiting. In the summer, you're patiently waiting and you got to monitor everything. So it's just like that wheel that I talked about. Once you get it going, it's easy to keep it going, but you still got to pay attention. You can't just walk away. If you plant a garden, the hardest work is in the spring, But then you got to maintain it. You got to weed it. You got to pay attention to it. You got to water it. You can't just walk away. It's a lot easier than when you first started. Creating a garden where you have to till it and you have to put up the fence and you have to plant everything, much more difficult than dealing with it over the summer. Fall is when you reap the harvest. That's when all the abundance comes. So understand where we are and understand what's coming. We're in winter. So now is when you prepare. So now is when you figure out that why. You go through those goals and you figure out, why is it that I want to do all of these different things? Why is it that these things are a must? Now is when you prepare yourself for that time when you get to go out and you get to sow the seeds. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited to get to go out and finally get to work and do something. So now's when you get ready for all of that. Then plan for summer. You're not going to reap right after you sow the seeds. You've got to tend to the fields. And then in the fall is when you're going to reap. So it's going to be a little bit of time before we're going to reap again. That's how the seasons work. And the seasons don't necessarily follow the seasons for the weather. Sometimes they're shorter, but sometimes they're longer. So why? Why is it that all of these things are a must? Why is it that this is absolutely necessary? Why is it that this is what you want to be? There's this great motivational speaker named Les Brown. Check him out sometime if you've never had the chance. He tells this awesome story, and he does it much better than I will. But he tells this awesome story about everybody is given a certain talent or talents to bring to the world. And he absolutely believes that. He's a man of faith. And that's not necessarily my approach, but I believe it the same as he does. Everybody has a certain abilities that they bring to the world. And he says, imagine that you're on your deathbed and the abilities that were sent to you for you to create and develop and bring forth to the world are standing around you on your deathbed. And they say to you, we came to you. We came to you and you were supposed to bring us to the world and you didn't. Instead, you've wasted your life and done nothing that you were supposed to do. And now we have to die with you. He said, do you want the special gifts that you were given to die with you, or do you want to show the world what you are? And his approach is, you're obligated to show the world those special gifts. That's why you were given them. And that's the why. The other thing I'll tell you is this. At a bottom line, people, everything that we do it to either avoid pain or gain pleasure. It's that simple. And that's putting it very simply, but it's 1,000% true. And challenge me if you think I'm wrong. Take a look at everything that you do. The things that you do that you enjoy doing, they're pleasureful to you. Even if for other people they're not a pleasure, for you they are. And the things that you try like crazy to avoid doing, you consider painful. So we avoid pain and we gain pleasure. The problem is, as I just said, we look at short-term pain. We don't look at long-term pain. So always look at the long term. I mean, anybody who smokes, nobody thinks that smoking is good for them. I mean, when we were kids, there was still people that were making the argument that it wasn't bad for your health because the tobacco companies were still trying to say that, even though their personal research showed them otherwise. But anybody who smokes, what do they think? They all think, well, it's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to be the one that gets sick. But if somebody quits smoking like that, what happens in order for that change to result? Usually it's either inspiration or desperation, right? Those are the two things that really motivate us. Inspiration or desperation. So the desperation many times means that they had some sort of health scare. But the inspiration a lot of times comes from somebody else. We will do a lot more for somebody we care about typically than we will for ourselves. Not always 100% true, but generally speaking, as human beings, I think that that's true. So if you're looking for motivation, look to the people that you care about the most. Look to the people that you love. Look to your kids. Look to your spouse. Kids are an awesome way to find out motivation. And ask yourself this question. What type of role model do I want to be for my children? Because I can tell you right now, they end up being little mini versions of us, good and bad. So what type of role model do I want to be for my kids? Do I want my kids to be proud of me, or do I want my kids to be disappointed in me? And as you do that, then think to yourself, what are the gifts that I was given to bring to this world? It's a dark time right now. You can tell that people are having a tough time. You can hear it and you can feel it. People are ready. They're a little scared. They're ready to get back to work. They're ready to get out of their houses. This is a tough time. So that's what winter is. It's designed to make us stronger. You know, a lump of coal, this is a cliche, but it's true. A lump of coal gets put under a great deal of pressure and it becomes a diamond. That's how it works, you know. So now is the time when we're under pressure. So use that opportunity to focus on what are the special gifts that you have and why is it that you want to bring these to the world. Do you want to end your life and sit on that rocking chair and think to yourself, I did everything that I wanted to do. I came here and I did everything that I wanted to do. Whether or not it worked out or not, I did it. I gave it a shot. I did it all. I tried everything that I wanted, and I was the role model that I wanted to be for my kids. Be that person on that deathbed that Les Brown talks about, who used all those gifts to the best of their potential, and use this time to get ready. We're in winter. Get everything organized. Find out your why. Find out your goals. Do a plan. Plan doesn't have to be perfect. Plan doesn't have to be the plan that you're ultimately going to execute, but you need to be prepared so that when spring comes, which by the way, that's going to come soon, we can get to work. And you can start working on all of these things. And quite frankly, you can start working on a lot of them right now. I mean, the farmer doesn't just plant in the winter. The farmer goes and gets stuff, right? The farmer goes and buys seed. The farmer goes and buys fuel. The farmer might go and buy a piece of equipment. Okay, the farmer gets ready. But does the farmer have any money coming in winter? Is the farmer making any money? No. Farmer's got to go borrow. He's got to go to the bank. He's got to go to the bank and he's got to borrow the money to buy all this stuff. Does he buy things he doesn't need? Nope. Does he buy extra? Nope. Does he plan very, very thoroughly before he does all this stuff? Yes, he's got a plan. He knows exactly how much feed he needs. He knows exactly how much fuel he needs. He knows exactly how much equipment he needs. He has his fields all planned out. He knows when he's going to plant them. He knows what he's going to plant in them. He knows when he's going to harvest that field before he plants it. He knows the type of hybrid he's going to plant. You know, these guys, it's planned out. That's what we should be doing right now. Figure out your why and work on your plan. Because spring is coming, and pretty soon it'll be time to go to work. We're all going to get through this, everybody. This is what makes us stronger. This is what makes us better people, is going through times like this. After this, we're going to talk a lot about the how to do all of these things. We did a little bit of that on Sunday, but I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about the how. So have a great day, everybody. I'll say hi to everybody on Facebook. When I look down and I say hi to you guys, it messes me up in terms of talking. It breaks my chain of thought. It's early in the morning. I haven't even had my coffee yet. I love talking to you guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching me. Go make it a great day.